पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्रा स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्ट्वांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. सर्वात्मना एव सदा तुष्टः स्वयं सर्वात्मना स्थितः निर्धनोऽपि सदा तुष्टः अपि असहायः महाबलः. This is where we ended yesterday. That without any of the supports of the sansar, supports which we all have, we get our strength. The world gets its strength from all the different things around, you know. The pervasiveness of this is immense. You have to be careful about it. Like, for example, you always hear the younger generation. I'll just give you, this is just one example, and there are millions of examples like that. The younger generation is always complaining that the older generation would not, they will not move out and give us a chance. Or you will hear people complaining, they want to hold on to power, and actually it is true also. People hold on to power at the top, and they have not realized that at the bottom things have changed. There's a new era and modern times. Technology is moving at a fast pace, and they're moving at snail's pace, and so many things. But what happens there is the people there at the top who have been there for a long time, that holding on to that power and that position and doing whatever they do, that gives them relevance in life. Without that, they become irrelevant. So I depend on my relevance. I depend on that power and position and all that for relevance. So I am leaning on that. If I have nothing to lean on, somebody pulls the stick, I fall down. So the idea in all of this spiritual science which we are talking about, in spiritual science, anytime I am leaning, then I am durbal, nirbal, without strength or power. So they say he is mahabalaha, even though asahaya, he has no support. Which support? All the millions of support which we take. And that goes for countless things. I told you, millions of support we take, one after the next. If I don't have a little thing, I feel, oh, somehow I am lacking this or lacking that. I feel incomplete. I feel amazing. And some people, I'll show you how fragile the human being is, and how weak. If he gets a zit, he doesn't go out in public. Or he's going to some function and one little spot falls on his shirt. Some little thing falls on his shirt and he gets, now without that clean nice shirt, that image, Means he was depending on that image. Like that, you can count a million things which we lean on. So durbal, always nirbal, without strength, this person, so weak. But here, this Mahabala, you have to reflect on all of these things. It is very, very important. Nitya Triptaha. Number 13, we have to see now. Nitya Triptaha api abhunjanaha. From there. Nitya Triptopyabhunjanaha. Apyasama Samadarshanaha. Kurvan apina kurvanaha. Cha bhokta phala bhogyapi. Nitya Triptaha means in the 12th chapter Bhagavan describes the bhakta as Nitya Triptaha. Santushta Satatam. That yogi is all the time santushta, satisfied, contented. Contented or content? All the time content. Ever content. Yes, yes. Nitya Triptaha api abhunjanaha. Even though he is not enjoying anything in the world. In other words, I told you this is Santa Lakshana, this is Gunatita Lakshana, this is Ātmavit Lakshana, Brahmavid Lakshana, this is the Sthita Prajna Lakshana, whatever you want to call. We have different names. Lakshana means qualities, traits. So, he is Tripta, Nitya Tripta, all the time contented, all the time satisfied. In himself, by himself, with himself. And any human being who doesn't learn to be like this could say goodbye to mukti. That is the idea. I should be, see, Atmanyeva chasantushtaha. By the self alone, by myself alone, I should be happy and contented. Whether the other thing or other person or other is there or not. This is the idea. Nitya Triptaha api abhunjanaha. Here abhunjana means not enjoying all the things that we enjoy in the world. In other words, contentment or satisfaction is not to be had from things of the world. Contentment or satisfaction has to be with one self. So he doesn't go on, see, we have to enjoy this thing, that thing, the other thing. And when we use these phrases, you please see how far reaching these things are. Sometimes you'll find in the world that there is an exclusive club. Have you seen? Like, for example, in big cities and all, you will find there are, what big cities? Right here, you will find there's an exclusive club of golfers. And in order to join that club, you have to pay $10,000. I've seen this in US and all. If you don't pay 10,000 US upfront, you can't join the club, right? So now, the people pay that thing. He may be a really lousy golfer also, but he has the money, and he plays a little bit of golf. But he's a terrible golfer, but he joins that club. When he joins the club, now he feels satisfied. So he is satisfied only when he has joined that club. So his satisfaction comes from what? Not self. And that satisfaction comes from something constructed by society and all now. Because this is an exclusive club. It is $10,000 put to exclude other people. That's why I call exclusive club. So when he joins, So therefore you have all types of societies, exclusive societies, different things in the world. When I joined that, and we teach our children to do those things from childhood. The education method which is developed today and which is propounded as the best education method. When you complete this, you get one more point or chalk or something. I don't know what they give. You complete this, you get one more. So his satisfaction will come, his contentment will come only when he gets that from the preschool. The education system is designed like that. I don't know what they call it. They have some names for those things. When they complete this, you get one more point. The point is, you complete that, you get one more point. And the child looks forward to that thing. And sometimes that works in the reverse also. One father telling that boy, little boy, what happened? Last month you didn't pass any of your little test. Or you didn't get anything correct in your class. What's going on with you? You used to get everything correct before that. Suddenly you stop getting. He said, yeah, well, anytime I get anything correct, my teacher has kissed me. So he want no kiss. So purposely he get everything. So of course this boy working in his own favor there. But the system I was telling is designed to work against what the science of spirituality is teaching. The science of spirituality should teach what? I should be happy and contented all by myself. That is first thing. Second thing is there is even though not enjoying. So that has two meanings. Abunjanaha. Abunjanaha means not enjoying. First meaning is not enjoying all the things we enjoy. The worldly people enjoy. He's not enjoying any of that. But still he is contented. Second meaning of that Abunjanaha means the self is avokta. So he is identified with the self. The self is a non-experiencer. I told you, see, the self is like this space here. And this, now see, there's some space here and there's some space here. You think about that, This space is not different from this space. And vice versa, right? Therefore, this space cannot experience this space. This space has to differentiate itself and make itself into a bhokta or an experiencer. Then it will be different from this space. If it doesn't differentiate itself and make itself into a bhokta, an experiencer, then it cannot experience the other. As it stands now, this is undifferentiated, two of them. So there is no distinction. So one part cannot experience the other. Until it has differentiated itself, it cannot experience the other. So the self is one undifferentiated, uniform reality, existence. So what part will experience? What part? In an undifferentiated thing. There cannot be any experience. Like, for example, light cannot illumine light. Light is illumination. So one part of light, like the sunlight, one part of the light cannot make the other part bright. It is just one pure mass of light, like that. So the self is one pure mass of consciousness existence. That is the idea, with no differentiation. From our standpoint, there appears to be differentiation. I'm telling you that that is because of the infinite possibilities inherent in an infinite thing. So this is one of the possibilities which we are experiencing here. The experience of diversity. But from we saw yesterday, from the self standpoint, you go into the self, there is one infinite mass of pure existence consciousness. There is no differentiation. So the sage we are talking about, the Muni, the Brahmavit, is identified with such a self in which there is no differentiation. And so he is a bhokta, the self doesn't experience. It is that which facilitates experience. But that itself it does not experience. Avokta. So he's abunjana, not enjoying any of it, not experiencing others. Api asamaha, samadarshana. What are all pairs of contradictory words? He's asama, but he's samadarshana. Samadarshi. Samadarshi means he sees all things as same, equal. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane kavihastini. Shunichaiva shapakija pandita. Samadarshi. He sees all things as same. In other words, when he sees this and he sees this, he doesn't see the nama rupa aspect of it. He sees the existence aspect of it. From that aspect, both are one and same. We stay at the superficial level of nama rupa, and so this thing becomes either covetable or disdainful. When I see the nama rupa only, did I like it? Why? Dislike it. It is raga dvesh. Quickly. And based on that, the action follows, or the thought follows, or the comment follows, or whatever. Or the desire follows, or the shunning of the object, whatever it is. See? So because I am only seeing Nama Rupa, but he sees, so Samadarshina, Samadarshi. But he is Asamaha. What he means Asamaha? Asamaha means there is none equal to him. There is none in the world who has such a darshan. That is the idea. So even though there is nobody in the world who has that darshan of this sage, he sees all things as equal. He is one in a million. We say Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Among millions, he is that one. Sahasreshu is even 7 plural. There is many plenty thousands, which means a big number. Kurvan api na kurvanaha. Even though he is doing. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pashyan shrinvan sprishan chikran ashnan shvapan shvashan gachan pralapan visrijan krishnan unmishan nimishan napi, everything. So even this is with chapter 5. Even though he is doing, he is not doing. But these are all contradictory things in Vedanta. All the contradictory words are used to describe this realized sage. He says, Kurvan api na kurvanaha. Even though he is doing, he is not doing. You see, action, right? In the scripture, action is described as that which sanskarizes something, it purifies. That which achieves apyam. Then that which moves or goes. Action does all of these things, right? Achieve something, purify something, moves or goes, like that. The reality, really, like this, if you take this space and this space, what it is, just sitting there. What is it doing? Now achieving and go, where it will go? How can this space go here? It is already one uniform space. This sage was identified with that one uniform reality, cannot go, cannot achieve, cannot purify, but that self is all purified already. It has no impurities inherent in it. So who was identified with that, he is not engaged in any action, but we see him acting. I told you, all change and all diversity and all things which we are seeing is a mere appearance. Not that we do not pay attention to the appearance. We pay attention to the appearance and we live with the rules of the appearance also. I told you, you can't just walk out on the highway. No, the trucks are just appearing, There are rules. Bhagwan Shankaracharya was once giving talk like this, and his 1 dozen disciples, they were sitting there, and while they were talking, while he was talking, an elephant ran amok and started tearing down all the houses and trees and everything on its path. And all the students got up and ran away. Because elephant is coming, mad elephant. Bhagwan Shankaracharya also got up and ran and hid behind some tree. Some big tree. So after the elephant came and went and left a trail of devastation, and everybody emerged. And they looked, and they came and sat again. Bhagwan Shankaracharya also came and sat. So one student asked, but you yourself was telling everything is an appearance, So when the elephant came, if it's just a mere appearance, why did you run and hide? He said, yeah, I appeared to have run and hid, Why you think that also is not an appearance? But you want to put only certain things as appearance and the other thing also not appearance? What is that? That's right. So in other words, we live by the rules. The appearance also has rules. The appearance proceeds in a certain way. It transpires in a certain way by rules and laws, and before and after. There's some things that come before and some things that come after. Childhood comes before old age. You have to live by the rule. So the world is structured in a certain, the appearance is structured in a certain way. So we live within that. But that doesn't mean to say that we do not understand that the entire thing is an appearance. So this what we experience as action and movement and all of that is an appearance only. It is like that. So that understanding is required for mukti. So this said, even though he appears to be doing kurvan api, na kurvanaha, he is not doing. Things are transpiring in the appearance. Abhokta phalabhogi api. Even though he is a non-enjoyer, he is enjoying all the fruits. What is the meaning of that? Abhokta. It is phalabhogi. See, this watch, if it touches this thing, did the watch experience the touch? The watch did not experience the touch because it is a jara vastu. It is a inert thing. In order for it to experience that touch, it has to be conscious, has to be aware. An inert thing cannot experience something. It has to be conscious only. Then it can experience. So, if I am experiencing anything in this world, the BMI, we told, no, the only conscious principle is Om. BMI Jara. Everything here is Jara. This Om enlivens this BMI. So, if this BMI is experiencing anything, it is only by virtue of the Om. So, the final experiencer is who? It has to be the Om, because that is affording the experience to the BMI. So from one standpoint, the final experiencer is the absolute reality. But just now we said that the absolute reality is abhokta. It is abhokta. Means it is a non-experiencer. So that again is to be explained only from looking from certain standpoints. It is, we use quite often the example of the car, the gas, and the driver. You see, if the car has no gas, the car cannot get in an accident because it would not move in the first place, isn't it? It will just be there. So how will you get in an accident? So then you put gas in the car. Then the fellow sits down and drives, and he goes and he drives recklessly and he gets in an accident. Okay. Now, because the car got in an accident, you cannot now blame the gas. It is this gas which caused the car to get in an accident. Because the first statement was, if the car has no gas, it cannot get in an accident. Now the car has gas, it got in an accident. So now you blame the gas. Any sane person will blame the gas. That is a peculiar thing. Without gas, it cannot get in an accident. But with the gas, it got in an accident. But you still can't blame the. Yeah, what a peculiar state of that gas. So the cause of the accident was a reckless driver, right? But this reckless driver could not have driven recklessly if the gas was not there. So from now you see the first statement. The car had no gas, you cannot get in an accident, right? If the car has gas, it gets in an accident. So in some sense, the gas facilitated the accident. But still, the blame for the accident cannot come from the gas. So without gas, there would have been, true, no accident. So it is exactly the same thing now with this absolute reality. The reality, it will be just like the gas, the final cause for the accident, because without gas, no accident. But then there's an intermediary cause, who is the driver. A reckless driver, he actually caused the accident. In the very same way, this reality is the final experiencer. Like the gas is the final cause of the accident, but not the active cause. It is that which facilitates the experience. So from that sense, the final experiencer. The real experiencer, the intermediary experiencer is BMI. The body is feeling the touch. The eye is seeing the color. The mind experiencing the thought and objects and all likes and dislikes. You see? Like that. So, the intermediary experiencer is really the one who is experiencing at our ordinary level, but that experience is being facilitated by reality. So gas is not a driver. Gas doesn't drive, but without gas the car cannot drive also. What a peculiar state. So here also when he says that he is the abhokta, he is a non-experiencer. Guna bhoktricha in Gita in 13th chapter. He is still the bhoktri, because without him no experience is happening here. That is the idea. Now, again he continues, Angira Srishi continues with all the opposite phrases, and all these phrases. So why opposite phrases are given? You please see this true. See, we don't usually think like this. Please see this truism about the world. All opposite things are. He's avokta, but he experiences everything. The truism about the world is, which you heard in science, is everything is relative. This thing long or short? Hell, this is long and short at one and the same time, because it's a relative world we are living in. Compared to the distance from here to Miami, This is real short. Compared to an atom, this thing real long. So it is long compared to the diameter of an atom. It is short compared to the diameter of the earth. So now this is long or short? Well, compared to atom, long. Compared to earth, short. So the thing is long and short at the same time, and you can call it long depending on what you're comparing it to, and you can call it short. So you're calling the same thing two opposite things. How? You call it long and you call it short, because it all depends on what you are comparing it to. So everything in the world is like that. You please understand that, eh? Every single thing. A person is rich or poor compared to somebody else. Though we may have set standards, but your standards worth nothing in this big infinite universe. You may have set standards, you know, this person, what they have today? Some list they have of billionaires, and so then you call them rich. They some magazine, Forbes, right? Forbes. So he has made it in the Forbes 100, whatever. So then everybody say he's rich, but you have set a standard. Hey, compare him to Kuber. Where's Forbes? Whatever they have will fit in Kuber Forbes. It's nothing. So it is all relative thing only. So the universe is like this, a relative universe, which now people have, now scientists recently discovered and all, Einstein's relativity and all that kind of thing. But they see how long ago this thing is. Relativity means simply this. I mean, this is where the theory comes from. What? Look here. The same thing is described with opposite, like I just told you, no? This is described as long and short. Why? Because long and short is related to what you are comparing it to. It is relative to what you are comparing it to. So that relativity theory is in the scripture. That means to say, from this standpoint, it is long. From this standpoint, it is short. The standpoint. We just say standpoint. They give a nice big word for it, like relativity theory. Relativity theory, a big word, you know. What is a relativity theory? For years I used to wonder what is this thing. That means just a different standpoint. That is all. From this standpoint it is short, from this standpoint it is long. So the reality also now can be seen from different standpoint, or considered from different standpoint. So that's why these pairs of opposites are being used here, given. So from which standpoint are you talking about? Are you talking about from your standpoint from which you are seeing? Or are you talking about from the standpoint of the reality itself? Are you talking about this object as a pot? Or are you talking about this object as clay? As a pot is when you are looking from here. Well, this shape like this height, this size, this volume, it will take this much water, this, that. But you become the size of an atom and you go into the clay. Now what you will see, you don't see any pot from that standpoint. You only see clay. From that standpoint there is no pot. So from here it is called pot. You go inside, from there it is called clay. So which standpoint are you talking from? This is the idea, and this relativity works for everything in the universe. So here now he again continues with these pairs of opposite, contradictory words to describe to point the mind in the direction of the self. That is the idea. Shariryapya sharireshaha Parichinnopi sarvagaha Ashariram sada santam Idam brahma vidam kvachit प्रिया प्रियेण स्पृश्यतः तथैव च शुभाशुभे तमसाग्रस्तवद्भानात् अग्रस्तोऽपि रविर्जनैः ग्रस्त इत्युच्यते भ्रान्त्या यज्ञात्वा वस्तुलक्षणम् तद्वत्तेहादिबन्धेभ्यः विमुक्तं ब्रह्मवित्तमम् पश्यन्ति देहिवन्मूढाः शरीराभासदर्शनात् अहि निर्वल्यनीवायम् अहि निर्वल्यनीवायम् मुक्तदेहस्तु तिष्ठति निर्वयनीवायम्. Lwa, lwa, you have to say. Very hard to say. Lwa, not lawa, eh? Lwa. You have to start with a la. L. Lwa. Lwayani vayam. When chanting it hard because you have to say it fast. Lwaya. That is this skin of a snake. This is a sharira api sharir ya api asharireshah. Eshaha means the self, the reality is asharira, even though it appears to be with a body. You see? The self is appearing in all bodies. This is also a body, eh? Because it is existence in the form of a ruler, existence in the form of a microphone. So that is the body. The body is a nama rupa. Any nama rupa is a body. And the form. Murtayaha, murti, form, body, sharira. So which is given here is sharir. This body, or BMI, is belonging to what? Belonging to the self only, belonging to Atma. But I told now, from the standpoint of the self, there is no such thing as body. So if you go into the clay, there is no such thing as pot. From outside there appears to be a pot. You go into the clay, there is no such thing as pot. In the very same way, from our standpoint, there appears to be so many bodies. If you go down into pure existence, it's asharira. From here there is sharirapi. Sharirapi appears to be with sharir, with body, you see. From our standpoint, this reality appears to be conditioned by the BMI. From the standpoint of the self, reality itself, asharira eshaha. This is without sharir. Ashariri appearance should be, ashariri eshaha. Parichinna api sarvagaha. Parichinna api. Now, this phrase requires a lot of nice phrases are there. Parichinna means determinate. Determinate means actually literal meaning of parichinna is broken, diverse, broken up, determinate, identifiable, like that. This is identifiable from this. I mean, you could say this is watch, this is microphone. But the two things are nothing but existence identifiable as a watch, existence identifiable as a microphone, and in between also, don't forget the in between, existence identifiable of space. So it appears to be parichinna, broken up, diversified, identifiable, determinate. It is a watch, it is a microphone, it is space in between. So that is parichinna, broken, fragmented. So there is an appearance of fragmentation. But if you look well, the fragmented pieces are all made from existence, because the fragmented pieces exist. Distinction is something that you talk about. This is distinguished from this. But distinction, the concept, exists or not? Distinction also exists. So really there is one mass of, that's why sarvaga. The next word. What is parichinna, what is sarvaga? It is everywhere. The one reality. So if something is everywhere, how are you telling the parichinna? Like the space is everywhere. So the space is not broken up. But we take this wall and that wall and we put it up there and we make it parichinna. Then we break up the space. But you can only do that seemingly. You can only break up the space seemingly. Because this wall will not always be there. And this wall will not always be. When they come down, then the space which you had broken up, that space again merges into the whole big space. So we can seemingly break up space in the very same way the self is seemingly broken up, parichinna, finitized. The self is seemingly finitized in the form of objects, but there is no real finitization. It is really one limitless mass of pure existence. This is sarvagaha. It is all pervasive, gone everywhere. Sarvaga means gone everywhere. It's all pervasive. Ashariram sada santam idam brahmavidam kvachita. So this brahmavit is always asharira, means always without body. Though appearing with body, is always without body at all times. Priya priyena sprishataha tatha evacha shubha ashubhe. He is not touched, asprishataha, nasprishataha. He is not touched, means affected by priya and apriya, means that which is pleasant or unpleasant, likable or not likable. They call priya, apriya. Likable and all and not likable is from a very superficial standpoint. Let me tell you something. Even at the superficial level, something which is likable for you today, tomorrow will be not likable, or vice versa. Which is not likable today will be likable tomorrow. Huh? You know that. When you're children and they give you baigan chokha and roti to eat, Bapre, that is poison. I know that in my own case. Baigan chokha, tomato chokha, any chokha, that is to choke him. Not only chokha, that terrible thing. You have to barely touch that roti on the top there with a little, and quickly eat it. Then after some time, that was detestable, that thing. Not likable, apriya. After some time, that same thing, oh, yeah. Such a great delicacy it really becomes. Can't have enough. So that goes both ways. So priya and apriya, it is from a very superficial level here, really. The changes every day. But in that one uniform self, there is no such thing as a priya and apriya, untouched by that. Tatha evacha shubha ashubhe. Shubha ashubhe. That should be one word. In the Sanskrit, it it doesn't work. This should join up. So anything like auspicious and inauspicious. You tell now, whatever you consider to be auspicious or inauspicious, that is only from your standpoint. If everything is made up of the same one pure reality, which is Satchitananda, how something will be inauspicious? It cannot be if it is made up of that same. Like, you take, I told you that big chunk of gur, you know, I just told you one of the previous days. It's good that you forget. That is raw sugar. I can tell again if you forget. Gur. And you take a piece of gur here and you make Ram. It's auspicious. And you take a piece of gur and you make Ravan. Inauspicious. Right? And if you taste Ravan, he'll taste less sweet than Ram. No, only if your mind is so foolishly deluded, you will think this Ravan tasting bitter and Ram tasting sweet. If we take this good chunk of sugar and carve a murti of Ram and Ravan, the thing will taste exactly the same. But if your mind is deluded and preconditioned, and your mind has all of these things, the nama roop of Ravan will make this thing taste bitter to you. Because you have come from some culture or some religion or something which taught you all your life that Ravan is evil and Ram is good, yeah. So that thing conditions your mind. The conditioned mind will supersede the reality. The reality is both will come from the same good and made from the same sugar, same taste, isn't it? But your conditioned mind is such it can supersede that reality. This is exactly what happens to our mind. That's why religion kills so many people. So, Shubha and Ashubha, means auspicious, inauspicious, good and evil, that thing is there only in our mind, really. Everything is made from the same one pure existence. So that is the idea. Tamasa gastavad bhanat agasto pi shari. The ordinary people, jana janahi, by ordinary people, it is thought that the tamas means Rahu has swallowed the sun, and poor sun, oh, he must be undergoing hell now because Rahu swallowed him. Luckily Rahu has no body, so when he swallows in the mouth, he comes out right by, because Rahu ends here. According to the Puranic story, Bhagwan Vishnu took that Sudarshan Chakra and cut out Rahu's head. So the body went away, but he had already drunk that Amrit, so the head stayed alive. It had reached in his mouth, and before it could go down to the rest of the body, he cut off that head. He drank that Amrit. So now the head is alive. So the head is there floating everywhere, and every so often it comes by the sun and swallows the sun, and that is called as the eclipse of the sun. This is the Puranic story for that thing, right? The eclipse of the sun. So the sun is very lucky because Rahu is only a head. So if he swallows head, comes out right here. So the eclipse only lasts temporarily. Thank God. Thank Bhagwan Sudarshan Chakra. So anyway, the people now, he says, this is the ordinary people think, oh, the sun has been swallowed. You see how long ago, even though there is a Puranic story, how long ago the rishis knew? Because it's written here, the sun has not been swallowed. Nothing will swallow the sun. The sun is already there. But say the cloud cover the sun. This earth in size is only a little fraction of the sun, and you have a few little clouds around the earth that will cover sun. From the human standpoint, it appears as though the cloud has covered the sun, or Rahu has swallowed the sun, the darkness has covered the sun. But this from our standpoint only. But it is really that is called as Bhranti. Grasta iti uchyate Bhrantya Ajñātva Vastu Lakshana. Bhrantya, by delusion only we think that thing. Ajñātva, having not known. Because of delusion we don't know. From the sun's standpoint, it is always shining. That's why I see, especially in this country, when you go to Canada and all of these places, every time you are landing there, see, this plane is going. And we are above the cloud, and bright sunshine. Everywhere, far as your eyes can see, bright, nice sunshine in the place. And then you descend and descend, and then a big layer of cloud, and you go on it. When you land in the city, one gloomy, dismal and dreary looking place, nobody wants to go there also. But there is only that city. From its standpoint, it is very and dark looking. You just go above the cloud, you see not what could block that sun. It's blocked. The sun is blocked off from this little city, but the sun is not blocked off. That's just a standpoint, you see. So that is not knowing, bhranta, by delusion. The human being thinks opposite to what things really are. What things really are. The thing really is, the fact of the matter is, we are the eternal, undifferentiated, uniform existence. That knowledge is blocked away by identification with this body, by taking myself to be this body, mind and intellect. And this is a wonderful idea in this next line, which comes also in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Tatvat dehadivandebhyaha vimuktam brahmavittamam. Tatvat dehadivandebhyaha. Even though I am vimuktam, or this Rishi is vimukta. Rishi, who is the subject of the matter of the verses, right? Is vimukta. We think he's free. He's identified with himself. We think that he is bound like everybody else. In the same way, even though I am free, I am pure existence, I think I am bound. That has to be always brought back to oneself. And the phrase which is there is Dehadibandebhyaha. Dehadibandebhyaha. Dehadibandebhyaha means those who are bound by a body. We can only think from the level of the body. Because I am identified with this BMI, I can only think from the level of the BMI. And since I am bound by this BMI, I think that Atmavit, Brahmavit, I think he also is bound. I think he is like me. That is why he said, if men were cows, they'll think God has horns. Because we always think God is like what we are. That's why we conceptualize God in so many various ways. Avyaktam gatir dukkham dehavat viravapyate. In the 12th chapter, dehavat bhihi avapyate. Dehavat bhihi avapyate means the self is very difficult to grasp for the one who is conditioned by a body, mind and intellect. One who is conditioned by a body, dehavat bhihi, by people who are conditioned by body, who has bodies. We cannot think outside the body. We cannot think outside the box. In Trinidad, long time coffin used to be called box. Cannot think outside the box, literally. Cannot think inside, outside, no side. Anyway, so one who has a body, or who has the bondage of body, is very difficult to see, for him to understand what is mukti. In other words, the long and short of that is, the one who has a body, it is very difficult for him to think outside that body and think what is mukti. And therefore he imputes on a realized soul also his limitations. I am bound by this body, I feel I am who he thinks he is. Like that. Have you heard people saying? Who he thinks he is? Like that. I am bound and I think he also should be bound. Pashyanti dehavan muraha. Such deluded ones. Seeing that one with body also. Sharira abhasa darshanat. Because he, through his sharir abhas, means because he is endowed with a body and he is limited by the body, and he is identified with the body and he is bound by that body, he thinks that that realized soul also is experiencing the same thing that he is experiencing, the Brahmavit. But for that Brahmavit, his body is ahi nirvaya nivayam. This body is less like the slough of a snake. Slough of a snake means what? When this snake sheds that skin. If you all have not seen, you come to Tobago in the mountain. Every time we go there are 2-3 in the house, hanging. 2-3 in the ashram there. Snakes come and they shed their skin there. They become realized in the right place in the ashram. They come and shed their skin there in that ashram. So this sage has shed his identification with the body, just like that. How they shed their skin? He shed his identification with this body. I am not this body. This is Brahmavit. Mukta dehastu tishtati. And he stands free. He stands free from any identification with body. He sees beyond his body. Beyond the... In the next 2 verses, it describes how he just watches the body go hither and thither. It means that body just goes about. We will not have time for that because our time is over. But that is his still description of this realized soul is being told. He stands disidentified with this body, and just like when the snake moves away and sees that sloth, that body there, or slough, I don't know how you call it, you pronounce that now. He sees that skin there, and he's here. In the very same way the rishi just sees the body being moved here and there by the elements. That is summation of the next 2 verses actually. The body is just being moved here and there by the elements. Gunaguneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. He sees the gunas working, the senses working, and taking the body here and there. But what? That sense object there affects the senses, stimulate the senses. The senses send something to the mind. The mind operating by sattva, rajas and tamas will respond based on that sattva, rajas and tamas. If a person is more sattvic, he will respond in a, the mind will respond in a sattvic way, and it will tell the muscles, okay, do this. So first there is a sense object there. Let us say Rabindranath Tagore's flower. He sees a flower. So it's a most beautiful flower. So actually in one of his poetry you would have seen, the flower speaks to him. Oh sir, please pluck me. Then some dialogue like this will go on in his mind. Please pluck me. Why? You don't want to stay? Why would a flower want to be plucked? And when it's plucked, there's pain. Please pluck me. Why? Because you see, sir. Now see, one mind seeing that flower stimulates the eye and goes to the mind, and now this is the texture of the mind based on sattva, rajas and tamas. One mind will say, well, of course, if it's a child's mind, I remember taking a stick and beating the flower like anything. Beat the flower, beat the fig tree, beat anything, you know. beat frog, dog, anything you see. But a child, you see his mind. So that stimulus comes from outside and goes to the mind, and that mind is a tamasic, rajasic mind, and it beats anything. You know my fig tree I beat and break down? No? So, like that. Now he sees that I beat the flower, beat anything. So it's a wonderful thing for a child to take a stick and whoop on the flower. Cut off. That is one mind. Then the other person, he's an environmentalist. That's another type of mind, right? This flower says pluck me. So why? I like to preserve nature. Let it be. A rajasic mind. The other one is sattvic mind. He has seen deeper, more profound things. He has reflected more and contemplated more on the universe. So Tagore writes in that, I don't remember, maybe in Gitanjali. So, by evening time, I will wither and I will fall to the ground, and I would have not served any purpose in life. So you please pluck me and take me and offer me to the feet of Bhagwan, so that in this lifetime at least I would have served some purpose. What a mind! How the mind has thought about all the different truisms about nature and thought about something higher. This flower also wants to serve some higher purpose, to be of benefit to its creator. Now that sattva has not infused that mind, this response will not be there. So one is the child, he sees the same problem, मारते उसको. The other one is the environmentalist. No, I stand for some ism, environmentalism. He wants to protect that. He's Kshatriya. And the other one is sattvic sage, who sees something else. But the realized one is the one who sees all this thing going on. That stimulates the mind, the senses. Senses send to the mind, and the mind responds based on sattva, rajas, and tamas. And the sage is able to watch this whole thing proceed. That is the idea. This is what is given in the other verses. All right. Well, good place to end. When I come back next month, we'll see if we can finish number 18. We reached that. Number 18. Okay. We'll see that. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.